But I'm worried about some of the rumors I'm hearing about if they might do something with the first overall pick to keep Austin happy and stuff like. I don't want to hear it. I want them to go in a different direction and use it to, propel for the next 5, 7, 10 years.
I'll pose a question to you guys. Like, ultimately, you're getting a crucial star player like Gavin McKenna, Ivan Stenbergs. Do you think they should move on from Matthews? Do you think they should try and keep him in the organization? Maybe do like a retool and trade that pick? Try and get a star player? Like, what do you guys think? Welcome back to the Brothers in the Box. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special episode for you today. We have two very special guests. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Eric. I'm usually in Toronto, but I came down to visit everyone here, family in Vancouver. It's awesome to be here and looking forward to this.
Yeah, and I'm Zach Jones. You guys' cousin. Eric's my brother-in-law. And out here in Toronto as a Toronto fan as well. Love sports, basketball, baseball, hockey, and so excited to be on with you guys. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you guys on the podcast today. We haven't really had a whole lot of guests. We had Sahil that one episode for our trade deadline recap, but other than that, it's been a little dry. So I feel like the viewers will appreciate hearing from somebody other than Ishan and I.
A little bit of a switch up.
Yeah. No, Ishan, tell me about your week. I know you're kind of deep in exams right now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit rough.
Yeah.
I had 5 exams last week, and then this next week is gonna be even worse. I have 10 in 5 days, so,
crazy.
that's gonna be something.
Crazy how they do that to you.
Yeah. I mean, you went through it,
Yeah, you deserve it.
Okay, alright. Um, but yeah, it's been rough. What about you?
I got off a 10-hour shift today. 40,000
Wow.
steps in the bag. So we're riding high on a little adrenaline high, and then we're definitely gonna crash right after dinner and promptly go to sleep. But other than that, just been chilling. Yeah. What about you guys?
I just got in from the flight today. It was nice. Got a little upset because apparently Air Canada does not serve coffee or tea if there's turbulence.
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
Oh.
And listen, this turbulence was minimal, man. Like I was feeling nothing, and I'm like, "Can I get a cup of coffee?" And they're like, "No, we can give you pop juice, but we can't give you coffee or tea because it's hot." I
Yep.
Other than that, God bless people at Air Canada. Thank you for getting me here safely. I appreciate it, but I don't know, man. Those coffee rules got to change.
And they're just trying to do everything to protect themselves from lawsuits. Eh?
Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It just takes one, right? So,
No, 100%. Zach, what did you have going on this week?
oh man, so much. You know what? Actually, we were just coming. I coach girls basketball U14, and we came home with a bronze last weekend, so we were on the high from
Hey.
that. AA, so coach of the year, I'm trying to pitch for that. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of other divisions, a lot of news, but you know what? It's exciting also because the NBA had its first game in Canada yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result, but it was great to see Toronto Tempo out here and performing and doing what they do. Nick Nurse, a Canadian just from down the road, so she got quick baskets. So exciting week all around. And then busy with the kids, coaching basketball, and then letting my wife take some time off right ahead of Mother's Day tomorrow. So it's all I can she'd hate it if she heard it, but it's all on me for tonight and tomorrow. So got to get some rest in after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, exciting news for you guys as Leafs fans this week.
very
Oh yeah.
exciting.
Absolutely insane. And I'll pitch you a stat right now that the only two times in the last 20 years that the Leafs have missed the playoffs, they've also secured the first overall pick.
It's insane.
I s- it's it's a coincidence. That's
It's
that's what.
rigged, but I'll take it. I'll take it. We need it.
Yeah,
We need it. We were
yeah.
just about to be in a position where we were in a position where I mean all of this was going to go down the toilet. And I know we're going to get to this at a different part, but in terms of the direction of our team and trying to retain people and Mitch having gotten moved and what were we going to be in a retool or rebuild? I mean, in the span of, I don't know, a crazy 48 hours with Chyka coming on and Sandin coming on and, people being worried about that. We got the overall pick, the whole tune's changed, and, it better be Gavin McKenna, but I know we'll see. We'll talk about that.
Agree. Yeah, I think, one of the things I'm happy about it is that, with Chyka's reputation in the league, I was worried, like, how many GMs are gonna trust him, how many GMs are gonna wanna deal with him, but at least when you have the first overall pick, you yeah, some people are gonna at least talk to you.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a way for him to, kinda get back into it a little bit. But, I'm worried about some of the rumors I'm hearing about if they might do something with the first overall pick to keep Austin happy and stuff I don't wanna hear it. I don't wanna hear it. I want them to go in a different direction and use it to, propel for the next 5, 7, 10 years and hopefully be able to walk away from some things that may have scared them before because there was nothing else. But now when you can have a franchise player like that, maybe you can really relook at things, so
Okay, then I'll pose a question to you guys. Ultimately, you're getting a crucial star player like Gavin McKenna, Ivan Stenberg, someone. Do you think they should move on from Matthews? Do you think they should try and keep him in the organization? Maybe do like a retool and trade that pick to try and get a star player? Like, what do you guys think?
yeah, for me, I would use the pick. Austin Matthews, again, great goal scorer, but I don't know. I watched the old Leafs. I watched Sandin as captain. I watched Doug Gilmour as captain, Wendell Clark as captain. Austin Matthews as captain, the heart and soul of your team. I don't see it. And I see guys like McDavid, who, yeah, okay, there's no Stanley Cup championships, but when he falls short, that guy wears it on his sleeve, and you see how much he cares. I never seen anything like that from Austin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel you. And so if it's strip him of the captaincy and give it to somebody else, might be down for that. But I need him here. I mean, Austin Matthews instantly became one of my favorite player, and so I couldn't see him walk. It would dishearten me to see him walk. Mitch was up there as well, right? And so it's never easy. I would argue that no, if we get rid of Austin Matthews, that would become a rebuild for me as opposed to a retool. I think we retool right now until we can't. I mean, we got a couple more years, right? Probably next year to try to get something done to see what the future is. I'd argue that we probably need to get rid of Craig Berube and get somebody, with the overall first overall pick, somebody who's good at developing young talent. I think he's a little too old school, maybe a little too brute. He's accountable, but yeah, I think that would be the direction that I would go before, seeing Austin walk. We'll see what
Yeah.
they Chaka says he's gonna sit down with Austin and Craig and talk about the vision and talk about direction. We'll see what that means and what that does.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back now a couple years ago at the Fraser Min trade, how much more does that hurt? Like, I know it's kind of like beating a dead horse, but now if you had Min in the organization, maybe it's like, oh, we can rebuild. We have like a core with Easton Cowan, with Fraser Min, maybe possibly Gavin McKenna coming in here. We can go get a couple more pieces in this year's draft or trade for a couple pieces down the line using either Austin Matthews, if you can move Morgan Riley's contract, maybe even moving Willie. Like, how does that now play into the
Yeah.
conversation?
you see that's where I kind of like the rebuild over the retool because it's not like they haven't tried to retool with these guys.
Mhm.
But the problem with retooling is that you're giving yourself more of a limited time, right? And then you're going to lose really good players because you can't wait on them because you say, oh, my window is 2 years, my window's in 1 year. But I mean, we've had a window with these guys for 8, 9 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We just saw the Montreal Canadiens take care of the Tampa Bay Lightning in their first game 7. I mean, we were celebrating this thing 5 seasons after. I don't know how many years it took us to beat these guys, finally win a game 7, and it's like, oh, I think that there's Leaf fans that the frustration is there to the point where it's like, you know, we've tried it all,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I would, yeah, the phrase. I mean, listen, even before that, Toronto's ammo was always like that. Even back in the day when they were giving away their picks to Boston, we traded a guy named Tuukka Rask.
Mhm.
Great, ended up being a great goalie. We had just garbage all the time, and you look at this guy come in your building and shut you out, you're like, "Well," it's brutal. Yeah, this stuff is par for the course,
Yeah.
unfortunately, so
It's hard in this market when you talk like, I agree. It would just hurt in this market, right, for rebuild, because I
yeah.
mean, all you hear about is 1967 and the pressures that these guys are under. It would look ugly. It's not like, and I'm sorry to throw out other sports in here, but the Jays and how they had a couple of years of rebuilding and stuff like that after that 2015, 2016 run. It just looks different in this market. But I would argue, because to your point in terms of what Vegas and Kraken and some of these other expansion teams just coming out and making the playoffs or winning the cup in their first couple of years, scrap the Toronto Maple Leafs altogether and then bring them as a new expansion franchise, and maybe we'll see some success. Who knows? That's a hot take there.
Yeah, without these albatross of contracts where you're like, "Hey,
Right.
listen, I'll give you maximum money, and you don't, and no trade clauses for 8 years." And it's like, well, why don't you just invite the kids, invite the guy's parents to come run the team? Like, I mean, you make a family
Yep.
event. Yeah, that's sorry, guys. It's about
No, no,
40
no,
years of
no,
being a
it's
Leaf fan that's been
no,
pent
Yeah.
up. So,
it's very
Yeah.
I try to
yeah.
stay positive.
No, I would definitely agree with you guys. Like, I think going through the rebuild is definitely necessary for a team like that. I mean, it's worked for like teams like the Sharks and the Ducks.
Yeah, Zach, does that give you? I know you're kind of more for the retool, but does seeing a team like the Ducks, who are now in the second round and they're way ahead of schedule, does that give you a little bit of hope for possibly if McKenna is the talent that we think he is, that rebuild could be a little bit accelerated?
If I had complete trust in the executives and management, then yes. But I mean, we're going into a lot of unknowns, right? Like you can strike gold, like that's lightning in a bottle sometimes, right? Like I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've seen rebuilds work and franchises get I mean, look at what the Sabres are doing, right? Like there's examples of it. I just feel like in this market, as a sports fan, you just don't want it. But honestly, realistically, it's probably the right direction to go. So I'll in the short term with the assets that we have, right, and who we got around us. I mean, obviously, some changes need to be happen. I say retool, but honestly, realistically, it's probably a rebuild. Like, I mean, we go Gavin McKenna number one, but if we don't, what do you do, Eric? I mean, the obvious lack and need on this team. And the goalies have been saying, although the goalies have been crap all year, right? Stollers and Wallach, it just hasn't been good. But they're talking about the blue line. And so if you just to play devil's advocate, say Chyka isn't the guy, and they
Mhm.
don't go, and if it's okay if I go this direction, guys, if they don't go Gavin McKenna, who are you taking?
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is that I think before, see, the problem in the Leaf situation is, it's like, in accounting and you talk about sunk cost. And I mean, you gotta go through the pain of dismantling this thing. You've got so many players making so much money. And that's why we talk about an expansion team, because an expansion team wouldn't have to deal with the cap issues, these crazy contracts, and they could move anybody they wanted. And thanks, Shanahan, but, you left us with, like, just just absolute like, basically the hands are tied behind the back. So I think you gotta dismantle. The only thing is if you take a guy like McKenna and you can give the fans something to stomach, yeah, it'll be a tough couple of years because, that decor, it's old and it's hurting right now, and they gotta dismantle. I mean, Riley's gotta go. And then Nylander, you got this guy flipping people the bird and stuff. It's like, what's going on? Like, I mean, I you know, I just you gotta dismantle it. You gotta go through the pain. Maybe they can. And sorry, guys, the point of the Anaheim Ducks, there's an unsung situation, I think, in Anaheim. That's Joel Quenneville.
Yeah.
I mean that he brings a lot to the table.
Yeah.
I think he had a big thing to do with the turnaround of the Ducks. I
Mhm.
mean, maybe if the Leafs can find a coach, like to Zach's point, that's not Berube, that can maybe coach the young guys, maybe then, that rebuild can happen quicker and, we turn it around a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think the Ducks also
Bruce
lost out.
Cassidy?
Yeah, maybe Bruce Cassidy. I kinda want him in Edmonton, so,
Who knows?
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, I to talk about the Ducks for a little bit, they kinda lucked out with, Cutter Gauthier because he didn't wanna play in Philadelphia, and he demanded that trade, which is I still think is crazy for an 18-year-old to do, and I feel like there should be a little bit more, thankfulness for being in the league and having a spot to play and showcase your
Yeah.
talent, and but ended up getting moved for Jamie Drysdale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Drysdale, last year, and he's broken out this year. But Zach, to your point, I think if the Leafs were to take a defenseman, I'd probably go. I know this might be crazy, but I'd probably go Chase Reed. I really like
Yeah,
Chase.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
very
I mean, he's elite.
yeah,
He can move the puck. I look at him and obviously do my research and stuff. Like he's a Quinn Hughes kind of guy. I mean, I see him on the Leafs. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, but yeah, I would agree.
yeah.
good.
I know.
I
I
don't
know. I know. A lot of people are high
Verhoff
on
is,
Verhoff.
has been very good.
And he's projected to go probably
Third?
second or third in a lot of mock drafts because who knows what San Jose does with that second overall pick.
Yep.
I've even sorry, didn't Austin Matthews start following Celebrini? And Celebrini start following Austin Matthews? Listen, shift this guy out, get Samuels the second pick, boom, you're 3/4 of the way to a rebuild. Done. I go buy season tickets if they had the testicular fortitude to do that, I will go buy season tickets.
No, I think I could very well see them trying to trade Matthews but I just don't know if they'll get enough. Like, obviously, Matthews is, like, very, like, highly looked upon in the entire organization and, very well deserved. He scored, what, 70 goals in one season? 69?
69, yeah, you guys.
69 goals in
Yeah,
one
sorry.
season, which is insane. But, yeah, I think, if you get enough for him, like, you look at the Canucks who I think, in my opinion, got enough for Quinn Hughes, but I don't know which team is willing to put
Yeah.
that much up.
I've heard actually Minnesota because apparently Bill Guerin's a big Austin Matthews
He is,
guy.
yeah. The
And
Americans,
maybe
they
something
they
maybe
like to stick
something
together.
yeah, maybe something there, maybe
What?
maybe Brock Faber could come into play or
Yeah.
Maybe.
maybe give him, I would even like maybe a straight, but I don't know if they'd do that. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're winning right now against
I think so,
the
yeah.
Avs. Yeah, no, so and then just quickly to wrap up the Leafs, what happens if the Chyka experiment doesn't work? Like what is the leash that we're giving him as like a fan base?
Should be a short leash.
I was trying to think of what's shorter than a leash because I mean that's just not going to play
That
over here.
I would say I think you gotta give the guy 2 seasons. You
2
have
seasons.
because he's walking into stuff that I mean, how's he gonna move like, you've got
Yeah.
no trade clauses everywhere, so he's not gonna be able to do anything like that. And then we have to see, okay, you know what? So we gotta give him a year to maybe what? Build around the fringes, bring the right role players maybe in,
Mhm.
and then build that roster a little bit or make it a little bit tougher to play against.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe he can find some deals,
Mhm.
but I mean, if you just give him 1 season, I mean, he won't be able to do anything. I don't expect really anything big in the first season other than if you can maybe do something with the draft
Yeah.
with your pick or something like that.
Yeah, it's got to be a short leash. I mean, I looked at his tenure. I did some research. Sorry, on him when he was in Arizona, and it just didn't look good. I mean, he just I don't know. I just don't want the Leafs are too big of an organization, albeit, not so successful of late, just to give him full runway, and a long leash. Shanahan had too long of a leash, right? Dubas, too long of a leash, right? You just got to prove yourself. So you're right. There's no trade clauses. There's no move clauses. Give him his fair share, but I already don't like the guy. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, Ishan, we got the full award picture now.
Hey,
Honestly, extremely shocking to me. I was honestly hurt the
There's a
voters because they were so incredibly stupid this year, as they are most years, but this year especially just pissed me off so much.
like, okay, we talked about this in many podcasts before about how good of a season Bouchard had. Like, For any defenseman, what do you have, like 95 points?
I think so.
95 points for a defenseman in this league is insane. Like, obviously, offense and defensemen are seen all around in the league, but putting up 95, close to a 5 shot away from 100 is insane. And that leads us to our first trophy, the Norris Trophy, where Bouchard was snubbed.
Yeah. So our finalists this year, as voted by the fans, were Rasmus Dahlin, Cale Makar, and Zach Werenski. I think 2 of those people deserve to be there. It's not the 2. Maybe it's not who you're thinking, but I don't think Makar deserves to be a finalist this year. Just because of the time that he's missed, and then I think that the voters and the league itself has confused best defenseman in the league with best defenseman this season, and we're in this unfortunate predicament where Bouchard is not a finalist.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, looking at it, there's a lot of names that do make sense. Like Darlene, like big captain that carried his team to top of the Atlantic this year. Like that's a very big task to do, especially for the Buffalo Sabres. And then you look at like Zach Rowensky as well. You know, he played for the US and obviously he was amazing. But I just I like you think you take Makar off this list.
100%.
I agree with you, honestly. Even though Makar had the second most points in the league,
No, Rowensky did.
Rowensky did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's even more reason to take him off the list.
Yeah.
Like I think I completely agree with you in the sense that the league is confused Makar as this noble defenseman who's won a bunch of Norrises and
he'll
obviously
win every year. Like
Yeah.
he's that same guy every year.
he has that amazing skating ability and he's amazing defenseman. But Bouchard had an amazing year and he's not getting rewarded for it.
Okay, and enough with us glazing
Yeah.
Bouchard now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Let's hear from you guys. Yeah.
I mean, this is regular season. Yeah, absolutely. Bouchard had a great season. I mean, for me, I think I would give it to Dahlin because he had such an impact.
Mhm.
Like, because it's not only, personally had a great year, but also, yeah, like you say, getting the Sabres and captaining a franchise who hadn't sniffed the playoffs in how many years was it? 10 or
No, 15
12 or it was
Summer 16s.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it was like so long. I mean, I can't even remember the last one. So I think I would give it to Darlene, but yeah, for Bouchard not to be there. I mean, and I'm a big Werenski fan. I have him on my pool, so I'm a big Werenski fan. But yeah, for Makar this year was like okay. I mean, yeah, there's no doubting his skill
Mhm.
and how good he is. Again, if it's for this season, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that's been said. I think it does go to Zach Werenski. I mean, it's second in the league in points and ice time per game and stuff like that. I mean, it's gonna go to him. But I do like, the fact that Rasmus Dahlin, who's gotten the Buffalo Sabres to where they are. I hot take, but I want to see them go right to the finals, and win a cup. That'd be dope.
Nice.
They've never done it. There you go. There you go. And look, he's a first time finalist. I think it would be super dope if Rasmus Dahlin had gotten it. I think it would be well earned. I've liked him since he's come up into the league. And, since I don't have a horse in the race and Buffalo's just down the road, call him a hometown guy for me.
Let's move to the Hart. I don't think McKinnon. First to recap the finalists, we have Nathan McKinnon, Nikita Kucherov, and Connor McDavid. I personally don't think McKinnon is in this race.
I don't think McKinnon should even be on this list.
I don't think he should. I think it should be Celebrini.
I completely agree.
Just because of the impact he's had as a 19-year-old. I think he had 70 something more points than the second most
Yeah.
scorer on the
And,
Sharks, who is Will Smith. So
Yeah.
just absolutely
And
insane.
Celebrini also didn't miss a wide open net in the Olympics.
I,
So,
I, I- you know, you just read. There's no way I would give McKinnon. Forget it. I know it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter. If you miss that, you can't win the heart, man.
Absolutely.
You can't win the. I'm sorry, you
No,
can't
this
win the
is
heart.
this is we talked about this at the end of the season. This is why him winning the Rocket it was just so upsetting because
Yeah.
you score the most goals in NHL, but you can't score the most important goal of your entire career. Like it
Right.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But Ishan, who do you have winning the Hart.
I really wanna say McDavid because he put up so many points this year, and he definitely was like, we didn't win a game without him scoring a point in the regular season, but I'm gonna have to say Kucherov, just because of the fact that they started off the season short, like, they obviously have the firepower, they were lacking firepower from Braden Point, was horrendous this year, but Kucherov stepped up like he usually does, he made amazing plays, he had, like, back to back to back 4-point nights, like, every now and then. He was dominant the entire season.
I hate to agree with you, but I will because he just elevated everybody on that team. Victor Hedman for some mental health issues that he was going through for a large part of the season. And then again, you talked about Braden Point, and he just elevated guys who you wouldn't have thought would have elevated their game, like Darren Radish, for
Who would
example.
have
Like
thought
who would
Darren
have thought
Radish?
that this guy would come out
Yeah.
and quarterback the Tampa Bay power play like he did and slot perfectly into Hedman's slot. I couldn't have guessed it at the beginning of the season, so
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Kucherov as well.
Yeah, I'm jumping on you guys' train as well. You think it's gonna be McKinnon, he's on the President Trophy winning team, but Kucherov had more points per game than McKinnon, and he didn't also miss an open goal. He didn't have the chance, but he also didn't miss an open goal for the Olympics. So I mean, I go with him. I think it would be a snub if he didn't get it.
I've always respect Kucherov's game, but for me, if you take McDavid away from the Oilers this year, I don't know what you have. I think you have the Leafs, guys. Literally, like McDavid. I mean, for all of their woes defensively and in goal, they were just trying to survive all year. If it wasn't for McDavid, I think I just can't see them. They wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't have made the playoffs. I don't know how bad it would have been. So for me, McDavid's my guy.
Okay, Ted Lindsay's our next trophy. That's the finalist.
Yeah. Our Ted Lindsay finalists are McDavid, Kucherov, and Celebrini. Those of you who don't know what the Ted Lindsay is the most outstanding player in the NHL, voted by the NHL Players Association. And in my opinion, this is a pretty straightforward trophy. He already has one. I think it's McDavid. I think it's pretty clear, dropping the most amount of points and also, carrying his team. He's definitely in my heart and in my mind, he's definitely the most outstanding player.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna go McDavid on this one. Celebrini is definitely a dark horse sleeper pick just because of the impact he's had. It's almost, dare I say, McDavid-esque, the
Yeah.
impact he had. He was an absolute stud this year. We saw what he did with a little bit more help, when he was playing with McDavid in Milan this year. Very excited to see, not excited to play against the Sharks in the upcoming season, but excited to see what that franchise kinda becomes again and going back to their winning ways.
And I agree with you guys, but I think it's also spectacular. I mean, Sabrina's dope to be voted by your peers, right? To even just be recognized for this as a rookie is just a testament to what this guy has done, what he's brought to the Sharks. So, but it does go to McDavid, but I agree with you. This kid, dark horse, Celebrini for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same for me too. I mean, McDavid is McDavid, but it would be really cool to see Celebrini get an award so early on in his career. I think he's gonna be dynamite.
Yes.
I think this kid is one of those surprises, I mean, everybody was talking about, Bedard, but Celebrini's just stolen the show, man.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was waiting on Bedard, and then Celebrini's like, "No, like, hey, I think I'm it." Yeah, definitely. Even the San Jose Sharks were relevant because of him. When you take Celebrini off of that team,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, she makes people around him better, like Will Smith. And Will Smith's a young guy too. It's not like
Exactly.
he's this grizzled veteran.
You wanna announce the Vezina?
Yeah. So we have Jeremy Swayman, Ilya Sorokin, and Andrei Vasilevsky as our Vezina finalists. To me, nobody really like stands out too much.
It wasn't like last year with Hellebuck with
Yeah.
his, like, 6 shutouts, carried the Jets to, President's Trophy. It wasn't like that.
I do really like Sorokin for this trophy though.
I agree. Who's more
Yeah.
valuable to their
He
team?
had a little bit of a better defense, like, maybe not better defense, but I know Schaefer definitely played a role in him being maybe a little more confident than he's been in years past, but we've seen that Sorokin is a Vezina caliber goaltender, and him just having the confidence and Pete DeBoer having the confidence in him, like he didn't have in Jake Ottinger, but definitely made for a very exciting campaign for him this season.
Yeah, I would agree with you in the sense that Sorokin deserves the trophy, but I'm gonna go with Vasilevsky just because of the fact that it's
Like
not
you
it's
just because of the fact that you glaze the
no, no,
Tampa
no,
Bay
no, no, no.
Lightning.
I will he do glaze
I get
Tampa
it. I get it.
because they're an amazing team, but it's a regular season trophy and not a postseason. He was horrible in the postseason, in my opinion. Vasilevsky was, but in the regular season, he was definitely one of the core reasons that they did get that second place in the Atlantic, and he fell short in the playoffs, but I think he did more than enough for his job as a goalie.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna take Sorokin, but nobody's talking about Swayman, and I mean, he was the most probably consistent goalie in the league. I hate
Wow.
to say that because I hate Boston, especially as a Toronto fan. I don't know if you guys know the history over there on the West, but he just stands out. He's just consistent. He gives the Bruins what they need. What was I looking at? 38 starts above 900% save percentage. I mean, just good numbers. I mean, like I'd like to see Sorokin. I know you talked about Schaefer being there. There was a lot of defensive collapses though, right? And he kept them in it. But my pick, and we'll go back on this. I'll pick Swayman.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And Vasilevsky for me again, he was dynamite in the regular season, and this guy's proven winner, and he gets the job done. So again, I think without him, especially missing a guy like Hedman, there were nights where he stood on his head. So I mean, yeah, playoffs aside, Vasilevsky for
Very
me.
fair. Eric, do
Yeah.
you want to announce our Selke finalists?
Yeah, Selke finalists. We have Nelson, Suzuki, and Sorelli. I think I can't believe I'm going to say this, but even though I can't stand the Habs, I think Suzuki is just absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible what he could do and the ability that two-way game that he's got. It's astounding how good he can be on both sides of the ice, and I mean, I think if it wasn't obviously for him, I think Montreal would definitely not. I mean, yeah, they'd be a playoff team. They've got great goaltending, but I think Suzuki is that stud up and down the middle, that pillar that they can really depend on.
Yeah, Zach, do you want to give us her pick next?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go with Suzuki too, and it equally pains me, being I'm picking all the guys of the ops.
I got
It feels
Boston and
like,
Montreal.
damn.
What's going on, man?
Right. He's the new Patrice Bergeron. Like his game is he's made a name for himself and he's carrying that team. He adds to that team, he contributes, and I just can't say, I guess, enough good things, which is surprising to me about that. But I mean, you gotta give flowers where they're due. So I think Nick Suzuki takes this one home.
Okay, and I'm also gonna hop on the Suzuki train before Ishan reigns with his Tampa Bay parade. But no, Suzuki just absolutely insane this year. We saw what he did at the Olympics.
Olympics.
Centering his own line, which I thought was a little bit of a step for him, but I was wrong. He was exactly where he was meant to be, and he's just shown what a great captain he is, especially to those young guys like Demidov and Caulfield, and making sure that that power play is just really solid. In addition to his amazing defensive ability.
Yeah, and like Elias said, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. I'm taking Anthony Cirelli. His ability on the PK has been unmatched. There was a reason why Canada's PK at the Four Nations was so good. It was because of him and Brendan Hagel. And he's an amazing center that is known for shutting down top top lines of every single team that they play. It was unfortunate that he didn't get to show his talents at the Olympics, but in my opinion, Suzuki had an amazing year. He had I think did he break 100? I think he broke
He
100.
did break 100.
Yeah, I think his defensive ability is good. But I'm taking Sorelli's defensive ability any day of the week. Moving on to the Calder.
Which is our last trophy.
Yes, it is.
Actually, we might have one more. I don't know if they've released the Jack Adams finalists.
Well, I feel like it's pretty clear who's gonna get it.
Yeah, Lindy Ruff.
No.
Okay, well, let's do the Calder, and then we'll do
Wait,
Jack
wait,
Adams.
wait. Yeah, okay, so the Calder Zach, do you want to announce the finalists for the Calder?
Yeah, we got Sneki, we got Demidov, we got Schaefer. And I mean, for me again, for Islanders, and I have, really short takes. I just got my favorites, and I think it will be Schaefer. What he's done defensively, he elevated that team. I mean, it's cool what they've done for the Islanders. I like him. Demidov, I think, is an obvious choice, right? But I think I do go with Schaefer.
Eric?
Um, I would I would go for Demidov. I think he's again another Montreal Canadian, but I think this guy's skill set is absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, I don't think I've seen. There was I'm going to wear my old man hat here for a minute, guys. There was this guy named Alex Kovalev, and he used to play for the Rangers. And I remember when they used to talk to guys like Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, and they say, "Hey, you know what? Who's the best player in the NHL? Hands down, most skill, Alex Kovalev." And I think Demidov he's got so much pure talent.
Mhm.
I think really the sky is the limit. I think he could be the next guy that puts up, I don't know, like 70 plus goals. I really think he could. I think he's that good. So I would go Demidov.
I'm not disagreeing that he's not good, but you're 100% wrong on the Calder. It's has to be Schaefer. Just what he did this
Nice.
season, I don't think it can
Yep.
be replicated. Like, he just absolutely blew me away. I knew he was gonna be good. He carries himself with such poise and, like, he's already a veteran, and he's just so fit to be the Islanders captain, and he already kinda took on that leadership role even as a young guy, but it couldn't be clearer to me.
I love playing devil's advocate, but I'm gonna have to hop on the Schaefer train. It's like for a defenseman this young to have this many goals and this many points is insane. And he settled into the Islanders. He's gonna be there long term. And I hated that Schaefer went to the Islanders because I don't know if both of you know, I hate the Islanders as an organization. I just don't like I don't know what it is. It's just they're just I'm not a big fan, but he's definitely settled there and he's gonna be their franchise player.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. And we do have Jack Adams, which is, for those of you who don't know, Coach of the Year. And our finalists this year were John Cooper, Dan Muse, who coaches the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then Lindy Ruff, who coaches the Buffalo Sabres. And Ishan, I know
I
you're gonna go.
I wanna correct myself. I think it should be Lindy Ruff. I didn't know the coaches. I'll tell the viewers. I didn't know the coaches well enough in my honest heart of hearts that he coached the Buffalo Sabres. But I think one person on that list shouldn't be there.
Who?
John Cooper.
I agree with you.
As much as I love Tampa, I think it should be Jared Bednar. I think having a coach that won the President's Trophy and not be a finalist for the Jack Adams is definitely a big snub. Yeah, I would agree with you. You
Yeah.
hate to do it as well. It
It,
is like
I guess the case with John Cooper. I mean, he's just never won, and to be, you know, in that position with Tampa Bay, I guess that's where people will argue he should win it. I don't have a horse in the race. I'll defer to you guys, but I guess that's what I look at when I see, like, he's a legend.
Mhm.
Probably deserves one for
Yeah.
this season. Are there better picks for him? Yeah, but sometimes at some points in these kind of leagues, it's about the hardware, and this guy deserves hardware. So
he definitely
that's
does.
my thing.
You take a page out of your book, Elias. I would say, where's Joel Quimble?
Yeah,
Mhm.
very fair.
Because this
Yep.
guy, I mean, I understand people didn't like the way he had to leave the league and this, that. I know, but come on. This is the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I mean, these guys had like zero playoff pedigree.
Yeah.
I mean, they hadn't won anything since Getzlaff and Perry were a duo there.
Yeah.
And this guy comes in and, like, I understand just a regular season, but look at even in this team is like Anaheim is like legit.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a lot to do with Joel Quimble. So I don't even know why he's not there. And Cooper, nah, man, that guy and the cerebral assassin and all these mind games. I think him and Paul Maurice should go on a picnic together, man. But yeah, so I refuse to vote for any of those guys. My vote is Joel.
There you go.
No, okay, so I know that Ishan and I, we spend a lot of time on this podcast talking about the Oilers, and we spent a large chunk of last week's episode talking about what the direction of the Oilers that we would want to see them go in. And our question to you guys is, what do you think as Leafs fans and as outsiders who aren't maybe clouded by the fanfare of the Oilers or, the fan,
The love for the players
yeah,
as well.
those fan sunglasses that come on and cloud your judgment. What do you guys think that the direction should be of this team?
I mean, sure, in terms of direction, I mean, to be honest, looking at the Oilers, right, it feels like, and I hate to say it, guys, but it's almost like looking into the mirror, right? Like it's right now for both organizations, it's win or bust, right? And we got two stars that are, who got a short term right now, and we got to figure out what's going to go on for the future, right? So I don't know what the market's like in, what you guys hear every day, but like it's um it's tough. It's tough. I see you guys. It's tough because I was thinking about this to myself. Is like I hate all the teams in the East, right? Like we hate the Habs, we hate Ottawa. We only got love for you guys in the West. We want to see you guys do well. Now, unless you guys are going to flip McDavid over to us for Matthews, my favorite player, it's just we need the same things: goaltending, right? Like that's problem for both of us, and I think we're going to be in on some of the same players, right? Like UC Saros, or I think you guys are looking at Jordan Bennington. We're kind of looking other directions, but I mean, we got to get answers there. The blue line. To your guys' point, Evan Bouchard had a historic season, got snubbed, but like, what's going to be the direction on that point? It just feels like the clock is ticking for. I mean, we're talking Oilers, but both organizations. That's why I say it's a mirror image. What are you saying, Eric?
You know, I I know, obviously you guys are, everyone actually, the last 2 seasons, as soon as the Leafs bowed out, Edmonton was my team and, me and my wife would stay up
Yep.
and watch the games and all that, and one of the things I think you guys gotta understand is, I mean, you guys went to 2 Stanley Cup final game 7s.
Yep.
Game 6
And
and
didn't
7.
win.
Game 6, 7, uh, that's that's really good. I understand it's
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah.
you want,
Yeah.
but, I mean, speaking from a Leaf fan, guys, that's really good. But also, I think the thing is, there's this rush with Edmonton thinking like, "Oh my god, it's win or nothing, like, cup or nothing." And I think everyone was rushing it this year, and you got rid of really good complementary pieces to try to make something out of nothing because you're like, "Well, McDavid's gonna do it." Listen, all you could do is take the window that said, you guys got Draisaitl for the rest of his career,
Yeah.
right? And if you just don't panic and get the right pieces in there and you show and maybe this change will be good.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll rejuvenate everybody a little bit. But I think also you guys touched on this, the rest that McDavid is gonna get because this guy has played
Yeah.
so much high stake, high leverage games. I think honestly, I think he's gonna come back fresh and super competitive like he is. And I think you guys will be fine. Just gotta not try to push things when they're not there.
Yeah, but the thing is, Eric, like they're pushing because winners and the best players in the world want to win, and you press and you push because like it's very real chance that you could lose them, and then what does it look like? Like, I think that's why there's a clock. I think that's why there's pressure, why they push. I mean, we're in the same scenario with Matthews, right? Like, it's the best players want to hoist that cup, have their name on that cup, and so
Yeah.
that's why, like, I agree with you, right? Like, I think fan bases put a lot of pressure, but I think internally in that locker room, there's a lot of pressure. Like, you see them pissed off.
Yeah.
Right, and rightfully so, they're super competitive, they're the best in the world. I don't think it's
But
undue.
then you gotta get a coach in there that can take some of that off. I understand McDavid's competitive, I understand they wanna win. Everybody wants to do that, but you've gotta also get somebody in there that maybe putting somebody else around him, maybe bringing in another I mean, I just think that I just think the beginning of next year, you're gonna see a more rested and more focused Edmonton Oilers team, and I think if
Mm.
you bring the right coach in, I think that will go a long ways. Because I mean, yeah, the power play was struggling, the things that you're like, "Why was
Mhm.
it struggling?"
Yeah.
You know? And even to your point, even Bouchard, I think Bouchard will be able to, get some rest, kinda regroup a little bit, and just, get your hands on a half decent goaltender.
Yeah.
And just a ha that's all, I think you guys will be okay. I think next year at this time, you guys will be right back into the thick of things.
I hope so. I mean, like, with the goaltender situation, I feel like that Jari trade really, really hurts us because Skinner was on an expiring contract this year, and their contributions were pretty much the same as
Honestly,
team.
Yari was worse.
Honestly, yeah, to be honest, and he brings a $5 million cap hit for the next 3 years, so it's gonna be difficult to get rid of that contract if we're even able to at all. Um,
He does have a modified no trade clause, so we should be able to move him. But which
to
team
to
is
what
You'll have
worse?
to eat some of that you have to eat some of that
yeah.
contract.
Um, but yeah, I mean, playoffs are still going on for a lot of teams. Round 2 for one team is officially over.
Yeah, I honestly,
Wow.
I was not expecting this.
Yeah, I mean, the Carolina Hurricanes and Freddie Anderson, who hasn't lost a game yet, have swept the Philadelphia Flyers. Is it a lack in competitiveness, like with competition, or is it just they're that good?
I think it's just straight dominance, just straight do
Oh, yeah.
the defensive play of this team is so amazing. I think it just the one picture that comes to mind for me that illustrates it the best is the body language that you saw of Trevor Zegras after the second period of Game 3, where he scored the only Flyers goal, and yet his body language was just atrocious.
Yeah, he wishes he was on the Ducks right now.
He does wish he was on the.
Um, yeah, no, I mean, what do you guys think?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's incredible that Carolina's undefeated in the playoffs, but I'm still waiting for this team to go up against a real established stud of a team
Yeah,
with some pedigree and beat them.
yeah,
You know, then I can buy in. I'm not taking I mean, 2 sweeps, that's incredible.
it is, it is.
But for me, and I'm looking at, okay, who are they gonna play? They're gonna play either Buffalo or Montreal.
Yeah,
And again, these both teams don't have a lot of playoff experience,
mhm.
and then I don't know. I can't get on the Carolina bandwagon until, they beat someone of a little bit of, pedigree, so
Okay, all right. Zach, what about you?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, no, I mean, it's been you know what? I am gonna attest Carolina's success to Taylor Hall, the resurgence of Taylor Hall.
Yes.
He's
No,
been looking
absolutely.
he's been sick. He's been playing a key integral role on that team and to be first liner all his life and coming to play on the second line, elevating guys like Logan Stankoven and stuff who has 6 goals or had 6 goals at the time. They're an absolute juggernaut. I think to Eric's point, yeah, they gotta be tested, but they're doing a job right now.
yeah,
And,
listen.
it's impressive. It's impressive to see.
Yeah, and then Colorado is up 2-0 right now in the series, but at the end of the second intermission, the Wild are winning 4-1, so we could very well see them winning tonight to make that 2-1. Playoff series don't start until a team wins away, so we'll see if Minnesota can win 2 straight as well.
Yeah, and then I think the Canadians will be winning that series and advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals to play a dominant Carolina team. We'll see how they fare against them. I really liked what I saw from Buffalo in Game 1. Their forwards came out and in that aggressive nature that they're known for, and their skill guys weren't as apparent, but the depth really stepped up, and they were able to get some greasy goals, and they were able to kind of shake Dobesh up, but from what I saw in the second game, they just failed to do that. It was like a complete switch of game plan, and they were just letting the Canadians kind of walk around them, dance around them a little bit, and showcase the talent that they have, and not put any pressure, any physical pressure on the forwards like they did in game 1. So I think that the key for the Buffalo Sabres going forward is gonna be to go back to what works, and right now what is working for them in the playoffs is stepping up and being that physical presence that they have been all season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the depth has showed up for both teams so far.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, you look at the superstars for both teams, like Tage Thompson, you look at Alex Tuck,
Alex
um,
Newhook.
Alex Newhook for Montreal.
Yeah, the Alex Newhook, I mean, Point really didn't have a good season, but remember what Point used to be in Tampa Bay when the
Mhm.
playoffs would come around and that
Mhm.
guy like a Swiss Army
Mm.
knife? Newhook will get it done all sorts of ways. I think really he could be one of those, really special players that, maybe becomes one of those playoff guys.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see, so be interesting.
Buffalo hasn't been in this high stakes of a run in years, and so that's gotta mean you got they know what they're playing for, right? I think one of the important things is, especially with the high-paced Canadians team and young core, they gotta play physical, they gotta get on the board first, right? And they got Alex Lyon playing pretty well, right? If he's able to stop pucks, they get gritty and they jump on him. The thing is, it's hard to play. It's hard to play, right? When you're at home in Montreal. But anyways, my horse is Buffalo.
Mhm.
Did I hear that Ishan was on that train too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been
let's go.
listening, but Ishan and I have a pact. So Ishan chose his teams as Utah and Buffalo, and my teams are
Okay.
the Ducks and the Canadians. And if the Canadians or the Ducks make it to the final, then Ishan will buy me a Canadians or Ducks jersey, depending on which.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because you
And
said
then and then
Canadians or Ducks when the Ducks are gonna lose in this round.
they're not. You're the Duck. Quack quack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you that's what you said last game. Look what happened.
No, Mitch Marner. Can we talk about him for a second?
We thought
Because because this guy's been absolutely stellar in the playoffs. It's just a complete turnaround, complete 180 from what you saw from him in Toronto. And I know, Eric, you had something to say about this. Actually, maybe just more than a little bit, a lot.
First of all, I mean, I understand. Mitch Marner, okay, great performance against, the juggernaut Utah Mammoth. They didn't have a name till this year, Utah, just Utah Mammoth. Then you got another proven playoff performer like the Anaheim Ducks. Listen, it's great what he's doing, and I'm happy for Marner. I'm happy for his family. I never want to hear about this guy. I'm gonna leave it at that. And
I mean, he's
by the way,
already
let's
doing.
wait until what his numbers are in game 5 to 7. Because
We'll see,
the
Eric.
Utah
I don't
game
know.
7
Maybe.
was something I was very familiar with when he was in Toronto, which is a big fat 0.
Yeah, but the thing is, this Mitch Marner isn't the Mitch Marner that was in Toronto, and maybe again it's the markets, maybe it's a change of scenery, maybe it's that Tortorella believes in him and he's able to play his style of hockey. I'm really happy for Mitch. I was sad, I don't know what you guys hear about over here, but everybody was running him out. And they were running him out for years, and I was always like, but I could see his mitts. I could see the way he skates. I mean, sometimes if he was on the ice, it'd be looking like a needle in the haystack. Sometimes you just couldn't see him out there. But I don't know if it's just us, if it's this market. As he left, I was rooting for him. He's like, I haven't seen anybody like him, like that in a long time. What he did for Canada, right? He showed up big for Canada too. Um, he pulls off a Hattie here. Like he's already, I think, at half the numbers that he did now in the playoffs that he did in 70 postseason games with us. I I think this is the postseason Mitch Marner, and I'm glad that he's getting this shot. So it's yeah, Vegas is gonna, even though I like Anaheim, Vegas is gonna do a job here.
I think there's a different type of motivation when it comes for Marner because honestly, guys, like, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but the game 7 last year when he was on the Leafs against
Mhm.
Florida, he was yelling at people on the bench, right? I mean, his hair was dry, man. And this is well into the
He
third
was out the door.
last night,
Yeah.
scoring that hat trick. That hair wasn't dry.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? Whatever's motivated him,
Yeah.
he's happy, he's content. Maybe it is the pressure in Toronto because Toronto can be a nasty place, you know? Toronto can be a nasty place. Just to cross sports for a second here, look at what's happening with the New York Mets.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are
Yeah.
so loaded with
Yep.
talent, and, you got guys that are just they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I like, you know, and they're paying everybody a king's ransom. No one's still doing anything. So, yeah, to Zach's point, yeah, I think Marner loves the environment. He's free of all the nonsense, and, maybe he's playing a little bit more loose, a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I mean,
Not only hometown pressure, but, like, he's a sorry, not only just Toronto media pressure, but he's a hometown kid, and then to not feel safe right here anymore in your hometown, that's gotta do something. Sorry to cut you off,
no,
Elias.
no, 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 100% agree. Ishan and I were talking about this the other day, but just him not being the spotlight of the team, I think helps him shine
Mhm,
because Eichel takes so much of that spotlight, and Eichel shines in the spotlight.
mhm.
And Mitch Marner having that, like, yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
It's a no pressure, no stakes environment where he can just go out and have fun and play hockey like he did when he was a kid, and I think that's really helped him excel this season, and
Yeah.
especially in the playoffs.
No, I think like I was so surprised that the Knights did turn it around because like obviously they lost Alex Pietrangelo and their key thing was defense going into the playoffs and it always was and they had those offensive firepowers with Mark Stone and Jack Eichel, but it was never fully there. That's why we did beat them in 5 last season. But you look at how they are now and just offensively, they've glued so nicely together.
Yeah, and
Like
then you got depth guys like Brett Howden stepping up. Like who would have thunk that he would have five goals in his last
yeah.
6?
Or Braden McNabb having
Yeah,
2 goals last
exactly.
game.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
stuff that you can't ask for and guys that are elevating. I do still have the Ducks winning the series, because I believe in the Ducks. I believe in Quenneville,
Yeah.
and I want a Roger McQueen jersey.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, there are 2 games up for schedule. The Sabres are at Montreal. First game at the Bell Center in round 2.
Yeah, gonna be electric.
Yeah, I think, honestly, as much as I have Buffalo, I think Montreal is gonna take that game. That stadium is gonna be so loud, and it's gonna scare the Sabres in that first game
Yeah.
in Montreal, and I could definitely see them taking a 2-1 lead. But, yeah, also, your Ducks are gonna lose tomorrow.
No,
So,
they're gonna
it's
win.
it's
They're gonna
nice.
win.
It's gonna be
I feel like, and you guys can speak to this, but the thing that I've really liked about the Ducks is how elastic they are. How they're able to bounce back after a loss and make adjustments, and I think that really stems from them being a young team. They're just able to be so like molded by what Quenneville
Yeah.
asks of them, and then just go out there and just execute.
Yeah.
Especially with those guys that they've brought in with playoff caliber experience, like Alex Killorn, like Chris Kreider, like Jacob Trouba. So, who do you guys have winning tomorrow?
I would definitely think Montreal, to Ishan's point, yeah, going in there, you know, first game, second round in Montreal, it's gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna overwhelm them. They're probably gonna try to survive, or they might come out and get a little bit too rowdy and an overhit and maybe get in some penalty trouble, maybe. So I think definitely Montreal will take the next game. The Anaheim Ducks, I think they'll be able to tie it up because of Joel Quenneville's that ability to make those changes, see what they didn't do last game.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you it's gonna get real hard for Mitch Marner because he's gonna focus in on him and say, "Hey, listen, now we gotta let other people beat us." So I think that's what's
Yeah, I mean, I think I kinda spoke about it earlier. I agree, I think would be the Canadians. I mean, they're at home, that place is gonna be loud, it's gonna go crazy. Buffalo's just, to Eric's point, just gonna survive. If they get on the board early, maybe the story changes. It's gonna be tough there, and I hear you guys saying talking about the Ducks, I hear your points, Eric, but I like Vegas. I maybe it's just I just believe in them. I've always liked them since they came into league. I think what they've done just in their time has been amazing. So maybe that's just preferential, but so I'm going with the Canadians and Vegas.
Okay, Zach, would you like to announce our honorable mention for this week?
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much the guy who single-handedly yeah, swept, and had in a game clinching series, had 2 goals, including overtime. It goes with Jackson Blake, who had ended up having 3 goals, 4 assists, and 4 game plays, plus the game winner that I mentioned. He's the honorable mention.
Who's our player of the week
Who's
this
our
week?
player of the week?
Yeah. I'm definitely, you know, I'm gonna go with my man Blake. So
He's not even gonna.
the other name is not.
He's the
I've
honorable
already
mention
given
and the player of the
other
week.
name too much airtime. Listen, I got. Yes, what Blake has done is phenomenal, and he's my player of the week.
Okay, well, our player of the week is Mitch Marner. 4 goals, 2 assists in 3 games played. Absolute stud. He had a hattie last night. It's crazy that you didn't even know that. No, we're gonna take off. We wanna wish all the mothers out there a very special Mother's Day. Mom, I know you're gonna be listening to this. We love you very much. You're the reason we're here and we're able to make the podcast. And we can't wait to celebrate with you tomorrow. And we want to thank you guys for coming on.
Pleasure.
It was so much fun to have you guys on. So great to have a different perspective.
Definitely gonna have to run it back again.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we'll
for
have to
sure.
have you
Heck
back
yeah.
both on again. Have a great week, you guys, and enjoy the playoff hockey that is to come.